Since the year 2000, the Eastern Conference only accounts for 8 of the total 21 NBA champions. Even in the All-Star game, the East has only won 6 times in the past 21 years. The West has flat out been the better conference since the century mark. But this season, things appear to have changed, and maybe, just maybe, the East could become the superior conference for the foreseeable future. Let's dissect what's happening, so sit back, relax, and take this in. After years of riding shotgun to the West dominance, the East boasts 6 of the top 10 teams so far this season, measured by net rating, which estimates point differential per 100 possessions. The East also owns 8 of the top 15 offenses in the league in terms of offensive efficiency. Basketball Reference's simple rating system, which takes into account point differential and strength of schedule, has 11 Eastern Conference teams with a positive SRS and only 6 Western Conference teams with a positive SRS. But wait, there's more. 7 of the top 10 5-man lineups in the NBA that have played more than 100 minutes together this season reside in the Eastern Conference. Even their intra-conference record has evened out compared to past years. Last season, the East won just 46.2% of the games it played versus the Western Conference. So far this season, the East is 24-21 against the West, being above the 500 mark for the first time since the 2008-2009 season. And when you look at what happened in the offseason for each conference, the numbers make sense. There was a lot of movement in the East. The Bulls stacked their roster with additions like DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and Alex Caruso, and have gotten out to an 8-3 start. Their best start since Michael Jordan laced up his sneakers. They own the 6th best offense and 8th best defense in the league, and with LaVine, Vucevic, DeRozan, Ball, and Caruso, the Bulls are must-watch basketball every single night.
Here comes Finney-Smith. Oh, Caruso's in the passing lane, hit the deck and stole it.
Caruso's everywhere. They found Caruso.
Ball to LaVine, showtime!
Oh, 360. Get mad, Zach LaVine, get mad.
The Heat added Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker in hopes of becoming championship contenders, and so far they've looked the part. With the 5th best record in the Eastern Conference, the Heat have been a terrifying defensive team, with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo leading the charge on that end, with many seeing Adebayo as the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. The Wizards had some addition by subtraction this offseason when they traded Russell Westbrook for a group of savvy veterans to complement Bradley Beal. After having the worst defense in the league just 2 years ago, the Wizards now have the league's 5th best defense, allowing just over 104 points per 100 possessions with the help of newly acquired team defenders Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Kyle Kuzma. They're also tied for 1st in the Eastern Conference, but we'll see if that sticks. The Knicks' offseason additions of Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier have helped them boast the league's 4th best offense. Meanwhile, the Cavs, Magic, and Raptors all drafted top 5 prospects to add to their rosters who have been able to contribute right away. And the teams that were already good, like the Nets, Bucks, and Sixers, still boast the same superstar level talent they had last season. Well, sort of. Philly doesn't have Ben Simmons on the floor and is now dealing with injury issues, but it got out to a hot start and is undefeated versus the West. Kyrie is also not suiting up, but the Nets easily remain among the game's elite with Harden and KD carrying the load. Outside of the Pistons, who have started out the season 2-8 and just got Cade Cunningham back, there are 14 teams in the East who are gunning for 10 playoff spots. Even the Magic, who are 3-9 and hold the 14th spot in the East, boast the 2nd best 5-man lineup in the entire NBA with Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, and Cole Anthony. Meanwhile, in the West, it already seems like there's a gap between the top 10 teams and the bottom 5. It's true, Kawhi is out for the Clippers and Jamal Murray is out for the Nuggets, but those are already 2 of the West's better teams, which is looking more top-heavy than it has in years. And that's how we used to look at the East. So what about the long term? 2 of the last 3 NBA champions have been in the East, and a lot of the up-and-coming young talent resides in the East. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and even younger than that, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Cade Cunningham. Don't get me wrong, the West still has a lot of young talent like Luka Doncic, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Green, and many more. But the 2 conferences clearly aren't as lopsided anymore. And maybe it's the East's turn to claim dominance over the rest of the NBA. So what do you think? Is the East better in your eyes, or will balance shift back to the West? Let us know in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and please share this video with your friends. We'll see you next time.